Welcome to Beach Jam Media, your resource-driven oasis with your host, Jennifer Corbin-Carson. Join us each week as we dive into hot topics and essential materials for individuals and businesses. We invite you to get your feet wet and explore life's offerings. From insightful discussions to practical advice, we're here to navigate the tides of change together. Come join us for Beach Jam Media, where knowledge flows endlessly and where the currents of insight never stop. So come on, let's get our feet wet and explore what's waiting for us on the beach.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm glad you all are here with us today. My name is Jennifer Corbin-Carson, as it says right there. I'm your host for Beach Jam Media, and I am a mom, a veteran, a grandma, an entrepreneur, a business owner. I wear a multitude of hats. And today, right now, my hat is for you, and it's a resource hat. So come on in, let's get our feet wet, and let's see what we have today on Beach Jam Media. So we are talking today about community resources. Now, we started last week about having community resources, and there's other resources besides the VA. And they're a wealth of information, and va.org has a plethora of resources for you. But a lot of times, if you don't know where to dig, you can't access those resources, right? So, and I've been working with the Dublin VA, and we're going to get you more resources. So, but today we're going to go over some of the resources that you can find online and how to connect with these people. And I will also put the links in the comments below after it's been posted. So, one of the resources that you have access to around your area is American Legions, DAV, Veterans of Foreign Wars. Those community resources are really important because if you join one of those posts, you most likely will have a veteran in there that will have that experience and say, oh, this is where you need to, for whatever you need, this is where you need to go, this is what you need to do, this is what form you need, because everything has a form, right? So it's important that you not only use this community but your other resources as well, and that's why we're here for you to expand your resource bag and to have to get you access to more resources that you need. So the other thing is that there's a plethora of foundations and 501c3s, which are nonprofit organizations. That's just one of the nonprofit organization types. But one of them is from the Elizabeth Dole Foundation, and it's hiddenheroes.org. And I came across this a couple weeks ago, and I really like it because not a lot of people know that you can be paid to be a caregiver. So, and I would suggest going through the VA first. I would suggest going through the VA and not one of these other companies that say, oh, we can get you paid to be a caregiver. Be careful of those companies because they might need sensitive information, that you don't want to give out, and, so forth and so on. So I would suggest going to the VA and well-established foundations. Do a little bit of research before you get into the caregiver or any other resource, pretty much. So just do a little bit of research because you don't want to be taken advantage of. You don't want your bank account drained, et cetera, et cetera. So One of them was the Elizabeth. It's an action taken by the Elizabeth Dole Foundation, and it's hiddenheroes.org, and it's standing. So I'm looking at their webpage right now, and it's standing with our hidden heroes, and those are our caregivers. So my husband takes care of me, but he works a full-time job as well. So um, you don't think of it as a caregiver, but he is a caregiver because he takes care of me. He takes care of our son. He takes care of our daughter. He takes care of our granddaughter. When I am not feeling well, he doesn't anyways. I'm very blessed, but he does the cooking. He does the cleaning. He does the laundry. I mean, he does it all. He takes care of me. He brings me my food. He gets the kids where they need to be. He's the caregiver, right? So make sure you're using these resources. That's what they're there for. Don't think, and I've said this before, don't think that you can, you say, oh, well, we're fine. I don't need anything. This is for somebody else. Let somebody else, use this money that's earmarked for them. Well, guess what? It's earmarked for you. It's earmarked for you to use. So make sure you're taking advantage of the resources out there for you. So again, this hiddenheroes.org is for caregivers, and you can write a message to support the caregivers. Um, you can you can donate monetarily. It says here, if you're caring for an injured, ill, or wounded service member or veteran, there's a community waiting for you. You can join the community. And I haven't joined yet, but that's what I'm not sure if it costs anything. I would hope it wouldn't. And it has a transparency link to show you what their costs are. And give yourself the gift of time. Apply for no cost respite services. So if you click on the respite services for the caregiver, it means respite means to give you a break. And caregivers need to take care of themselves, because just like anything else, if you're serving from a full cup, you can't regenerate that full cup. If your cup runneth over, you don't do good for anybody else, including yourself. So you need to take care of yourself first. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but if you don't have the energy, then everybody suffers. So I know that full well. So, they have respite service resources for the caregivers. So check that one out if you're a caregiver, or if you want to check it out for your caregiver. Again, it's hiddenheroes.org. I do want to say that we are not sponsored by any of these that I mentioned. These are just what I found doing some research. So we are not sponsored, nor do we endorse any of these links that I'm going to, except for the va.org. I do like them. And I do think they have a lot of resources for the veterans that don't, that aren't taken advantage of. And by taking advantage of, I mean you don't use them. So let's see. The next one is called, I thought this one was really cool. Project to Heal. I think I said something about them last week, and they furnish service dogs for our veterans, and that's project the number 2 heal.org. So that's another, and you don't find a lot of service dog um, links out there. The next one is American Warrior Association. Now, I thought these guys were really neat in what they offered. They offer programs to disabled vets. Um, oh, I'm sorry, military veterans and first responders. And I'm looking on their webpage right now too, because I cannot remember everything that I've seen on these web pages. So I'm going page by page and what I found. So they have a focus are of the mind, body, and soul healing. So it needs to be strength. Each pillar needs to be strengthened, balanced, and complete to live a healthy and full life. So that is on their webpage, and they have scholarships for mentorship opportunities to transitioning military personnel. They have opportunities for service members to continue their calling to serve others in the community. And they have faith-based programs that are in the mountains, my favorite place. And they help facilitate the growth and strengthening of the soul. So, and these programs, from what I understand, these programs are free for the military and veteran service members. So it's okay. So here's a summary of their programs. The American Warrior Association provides restorative 5-day men's and women's programs for our military veterans and first responders. They are faith-based programs. They're designed to heal the moral injuries sustained while serving our countries and communities and allow warriors to rest and repair their souls. So talk about a fantastic way to start the healing process or continue the healing process, because once you start healing, it's a continual process, right? So, and this is a faith-based curriculum. So if you, they have group talk, they have outdoor activities and spiritual support. And, it's to help you start or to help you continue the healing process. So check that one out, awa-usa.org. I just, it looks phenomenal. It really does. But I say that because that's my thing, being outside and being in the mountains. So the next one is Disabled Veterans Resource Center.org. Oh my gosh, they have a plethora of resources available to veterans, and it's VA claims assistance. They have VSOs, Veteran Service Organizations listed. They have healthcare access, housing resources, employment assistance, education assistance, substance abuse treatment, suicide prevention, legal advocates, training services, and it's a nonprofit. So it's a nonprofit foundation dedicated to assisting disabled veterans. So here's another resource that has a plethora of information, and they are based out of Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm not being biased because we are in Georgia, but it just looks like, I have not used them, but it's got everything that I would think of using. So I don't know any. I mean, I don't know anything I would add to it, depending on your your needs, your individual needs, that would be a something that you would look at and say, okay, this is something that I can use, or no, this is not something that I can use. So, but anyways, we have to do a commercial break, so we will be back after this commercial break.
Beach Jam Media is your resource-driven oasis, hosted by Jennifer Corbin-Carson. Each week, we dive into hot topics and essential resources for individuals, businesses, veterans, and their families. Join us for insightful discussions and practical advice as we navigate the tides of change together. At Beach Jam Media, knowledge flows endlessly and insights never stop. Contact us to be a part of our show at our email address, beachjammedia@gmail.com.
You've been watching Beach Jam Media with Jennifer Corbin-Carson. We invite you to jump back in and keep your feet wet with us as we continue to be your guide through the waves of change. Now let's dive back into the show.
Welcome back. So we left off with Disabled Veterans Resource Center.org. So that's another good resource. The next resource is the National Veterans Legal Services Program, NVLSP, November Victor Lima Sierra Papa.org. And it is what it says, it's a legal services program. So they help. It looks like they help with veterans benefits, and they are a part of Lawyers Serving Warriors. So the NVLSP, which is the group, is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that has worked since 1981 to ensure that the government delivers to our nation's 22 million veterans and active duty personnel the benefits to which they are entitled, and that is right off their webpage. So it just sounds like I'm not sure if they're a VSO or not. That question just came to my mind, but you can check it out if you want. They have burn pit claims assistance program, Impact Act resources, and I believe they are pro bono. Let me look at my notes real quick. Yes, pro bono legal services for veterans for disability claims and other claims. So check that out if you need make sure they're a VSO though, to make sure that they are okayed by the VA to help you. Okay. So the next one is Disabled Veterans Resource Center. And that is a nonprofit that assists veterans in their transition to a fulfilling, productive future. So their website is disabledveteransresourcecenter.org. And they also have programs. They have a lot of programs like the, oh wait, did I already do that one? Yes, I did. I'm sorry. Okay. So I don't think I'm going by my list. Okay, so in Georgia, the Department of Labor has services for veterans with disabilities. They have links to vocational rehab and employment program. It's called Vet Success. And that's through the VA. And they have links to the VA National Center for PTSD. And they have Make the Connection. And they have a link to DAV, Disabled American Veterans. So everybody knows the DAV. So you guys can look that up. That was that one. Okay. In Georgia, they have, again, they have the vocational rehab agency that I just talked about, the link for that. You can apply for services. They have quick links on there, independent living services, Georgia Vocational Rehab Services Board, System of Care. So it's all the information for you to have for vocational rehab. So, and the mission says, our mission is to serve Georgians with disabilities to empower them to live independently. So if you're a veteran, this is another resource. If you are considering, if you have a disability that hinders you being independent, go to this and see what they have to offer. And it's gvs.georgia.gov. And I will post that. Yes. So GVS, Georgia Vocational Services .georgia.gov. So GVS .georgia.gov. Okay. So that's another resource. And again, I will post these on the comments. The VA, of course, is another. And if you don't know the resources available and you want to know more, call your local hospital and say, this is what I need. What resources do you have? So we will be providing more of those resources as we go on, hopefully next month in our podcast from the VA. We will have more resources from them, the lesser known resources. And everybody knows the Disabled American Veterans, DAV.org. And then the Wounded Warrior Project. Everybody sees the commercials for the Wounded Warrior Project. They have so much going on. You can donate monetarily. You can, as everybody knows, I don't know if they give you the free blanket or not, but you can donate, you can fundraise, you can share. And a lot of people don't understand that sharing, like on Facebook and Instagram and X, is a huge, huge deal, because what's that rule of you're only 7, I can't remember anyways, if you're a veteran, you know other veterans. If you share a link, or you share, for example, this podcast, that's all you have to do is just click on share, right? And you share to your friends. Well, those veterans know other veterans. So if you keep going with the sharing, the word gets out more. So if you cannot, for example, if you cannot sponsor this podcast, just click on that share link and then click on the like and subscribe. It takes 2 seconds to do, and you're actually donating your time to get the word out, right? So if you think something is valuable information that another veteran can use, share it with the world. That's all you got to do. Just one click. Well, actually, that's about 4 or 5, but you know what I'm talking about. So the next one, okay, so I'm back on track. The Wounded Warrior Project. They just have, they have everything. You can sign up for their newsletters. You can, let's see, what does it say? I didn't. Okay. So warriors and families. That's what I like about that one because it includes the families too. So who we are. Let's see. Every warrior has a next mission. We know that the transition to civilian life is a journey, and for every warrior, family member, and caregiver, that journey looks different. So you can go on and connect. They kind of have a connection thing going. So you can connect to Meet a Warrior, the newsroom, and their mission is to honor and empower wounded warriors. So no matter what that looks like for you, if it's mental, if it's an invisible disability, or if it's an outward physical disability, they have programs for you. So they serve veterans and service members who served in the military on or after September 11th, 2001, and incurred a physical or mental injury, illness, or wounded during or after service. So they expand the impact through collaboration, and that's what I was just talking about, getting the word out and having this collaboration amongst, different resources works for everybody's empowerment. So Wounded Warrior Project is a good resource as well. They have programs, they have community links, they have just check it out. It's woundedwarriorproject.org. So you check that one out. Let's see. And the last one is maketheconnection.net. They have mental health resources. So, not only did we talk about the physical resources, that you can get, like, they have the mental and spiritual aspects too, but, like going on a 5-day journey to start healing your soul or to continue healing your soul. This one has mental resources. So, and it's not just for you, it's for your loved ones as well. On their webpage, it says veterans and their loved ones talk about their experiences, challenges, and recovery. You're not the only one going through it. So everybody's story is different, but sometimes the challenges are the same. So just keep that in mind. You can read their stories, you can listen to podcasts, and you can find VA support near your location. So I want to encourage you to check each one of these resources out and see which one can fit your needs, and see also I have on my notes, soup kitchens and food pantries. You can just do a quick Google search and do soup kitchen and food pantry search in my area. And that can help you with your food needs if you need it. But the way groceries are going, I think everybody's going to need it. So I will post these links when the podcast in the comments when the podcast is posted, and we will and check out these links and see what resources are available to you. These are just a drop in the bucket of what we have, of what you have in resources for you and your issues or whatever you need them for. So here is I do that all the time. Here's the link for our swag site. And you can join us every Wednesday at 11 a.m. live. And if you can't join us at 11 a.m. live, you can catch us on the replay on YouTube at the Reinvented Life Network. And if you want to get in touch with us, you can email us at beachjammedia, that's 2 M's, at gmail.com. And please like and subscribe to our podcast. That way we can get it out to more people that need these resources. So join us next week. We have a special guest next week, and you won't listen to me talk the whole time. So join us next week, and we will see you at the beach.
In the calm of early morning, when the day begins anew, we pause to reflect. May holds a special significance beyond just being another month. It is time for solemn remembrance, gratitude, and honoring those who've made tremendous sacrifice for our freedom. To all who served in the military, across all branches, and the National Guard, to the veterans, and to the families who support them through thick and thin, we express our heartfelt thanks. Your courage, sacrifice, and unwavering dedication inspired us deeply. As we commemorate Military Appreciation Month, we recognize the importance of standing by our newest recruits. Those brave individuals venturing into an unknown, responding to duties called with determination, deserve our utmost respect and guidance. Equally important is our commitment to support those actively serving in the Air Force, Coast Guard, Army, Navy, Marines, Space Force, and National Guard. Whether deployed abroad or stationed at home, they carry out their duties with honor and integrity. It is our responsibility to ensure they have the resources, care, and unwavering support necessary to fulfill their missions. So, as we observe Military Appreciation Month, let's unite in gratitude and solidarity. Let's honor the past, support the present, and inspire the future. To all who serve, have served, and those who stand beside them, we extend our deepest appreciation. Happy Military Appreciation Month.
Thank you for tuning in to Beach Jam Media with your host, Jennifer Corbin-Carson. We hope today's dive into hot topics and valuable resources left you feeling refreshed and inspired. Our mission is to keep you informed and engaged as we ride the waves of what washes up in life together. Until next time, stay curious, keep the conversation flowing, ask questions, and let the glisten of the shoreline guide your journey. Goodbye.